Plaintiff Taylor Hall started dating the defendant in college, but he soon discovered that she had a drinking problem. Taylor claims the defendant had to check herself into a hospital because she drank so much one night that she got alcohol poisoning. Taylor's suing her today for interest due on a credit card. Defendant Jessica Brunsman admits that she used to be an alcoholic, but insists she grew up and stopped drinking once she got pregnant. Jessica claims she made payments on the credit card and doesn't believe she owes anything for the interest.
Tell me what happened.
Jessica and I met at college in 2005. We hit it off straight first time we met at a party. Soon into the relationship came some issues of her excessive drinking and partying.
How often did you drink?
I'd say maybe, if not 3-4 times a month. I personally lost 5 close friends due to either alcohol poisoning or alcohol accidents.
Oh my
so
goodness.
I personally did not choose.
How many from alcohol poisoning?
One from alcohol poisoning, and then other cases of car accidents.
How much did he drink?
Excuse me?
How much did he drink?
He drank 7 times over the legal limit.
And 4 others?
A few car accidents, and then 1 to a deadly gunshot to the head.
Where is this? What city and state?
Boise, Idaho.
Boise, Idaho.
Yes, sir.
Commonly thought to be a very safe place to raise kids.
Oh, very safe place, yes, but
No, it's not safe at all. If folks are dying at that rate, how much was she drinking?
She
How often?
How often? 3 to 4 times a week, if not more, on occasion. When we moved into our apartment after a year and a half of being together, that increased to quite a bit more, 4 or 5 times a week. She drank herself to alcohol poisoning, put herself in the hospital at one point. She got herself belligerently drunk on my 21st birthday with a fake ID and got us kicked out of a bar.
Excuse me, may I interrupt?
Yeah, let me hear what you want to tell me about all this before we get to the credit cards he's suing you for.
Yeah, on his birthday, I was not drunk. We had gone downtown for his 21st birthday, and I had borrowed someone who was of age, borrowed her ID. I had 1 drink at the restaurant, and then they found out that I was underage, so I went back to the dorm. I was in my dorm sleeping when he got home, and he was the one who was belligerent drunk. They dragged him across the dorm to his bedroom.
Okay. Do you drink 4 or 5 times a week?
I used to, yes.
When did you stop?
About January, February of 2008.
How did you stop?
Me and my husband became pregnant.
Okay. You didn't have to go and get treatment or rehabilitation?
No.
So you weren't an alcoholic?
I was an alcoholic.
And how did you overcome it?
I grew up.
You went through what they call the DTs, you went through alcoholics. There's an effect when you don't have your alcohol. You're not drunk today, are you?
No.
Okay, all right. All right, well, you're looking at me like you don't understand what I'm saying. And if you were an alcoholic, you understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
So alcoholics go through a withdrawal process when they don't get their alcohol. That's what I was asking about.
Oh, no, I quit cold turkey.
Well, perhaps you weren't an alcoholic then, but we're glad to hear you stop drinking. Sir, go ahead. How does she owe you for credit card?
She owes me for credit card because after a year and a half of dating, we decided to get an apartment together. Her being one who really likes and appreciates only name brand stuff, new stuff, no matter what. We had to go and get brand new furniture. Her being as young as she was, did not have any credit. I was 20 at the time. I signed the contract to allow us to get the brand new furniture with the precedence of her promising to pay the furniture completely off herself. In any instance that we did break up, it was completely her responsibility and her furniture. I had no ties to it. But she did not make those payments. She tried making the payment of full to pay the furniture off 4 days before the interest was to occur of $2,600.
Wow, $2,600.
Yeah, we were on the 20-month no interest, no payments plan.
And if you didn't pay on time, all that interest
correct,
kicked in. They count on people missing a payment. And once you miss a payment, you have to pay all 20 months of interest.
Yes. She tried making the full payment of $6,000 on her debit card all at once, but she did not know that you can only make $3,000 payments per day, which put her bank account on a freeze, which put the payment past due. That's why she incurred the $2,600. At that time, I was stupid enough and went to bat for her, called the furniture company, told her what happened about the freezing of the account. They split the interest because they understood, and they split the interest down to $1,300.
Okay.
She made a total of 6 payments, totaling about $680. Of those 6 payments, she never made them on time, and she incurred other interest and late fees. Totally eliminated those out for $720. And then after that, I received an email from her promptly saying, I just want to let you know that I made my last payment towards the interest. It is now your turn. Your next payment is due on November 5th.
Let me see what you have you want to present to me. Ma'am, let me hear your side.
Your Honor, let me start by saying we did start dating in March of 2005. Our relationship, it started off volatile. It was volatile the whole time. It became physical, like he would throw me up against walls on the bed to prevent me from leaving. There was an instance in May of 2006 when I tried to leave and he had thrown me up against my car. He got into my car to prevent me from leaving, and our campus security
Were you all
was called.
drunk each time?
No, I was not drunk this time, or else campus security would not have let me leave.
Okay.
But they let me get in my car and I left. He was handcuffed at that instance. There are other times when we would fight. I mean, I was drunk, I was young. We moved in together in June of 2006. We signed on the furniture on May 3rd. And it was a 20-month, no interest, no payments. I agreed to pay for the furniture. We broke up in October of 2006. So I had tried to make the payment. It did not go through because my bank wouldn't allow a $6,000 payment to go through. The payment finally came out on February 19th, and I let him know. So I assumed that the payment was done. In March, if I remember right, he let me know that the payment didn't post on time, so it accrued interest. So hesitantly, I agreed to pay the interest, even though I felt it wasn't my responsibility.
Whose responsibility would it be?
He gave me the wrong date to pay the furniture by.
So your excuse is you had all the money, but he gave you the wrong date.
Yes.
All right. Did you ever get a new date?
I didn't realize that it didn't post on time to prevent the interest.
When you did
until
realize?
March.
Did you pay it then?
The furniture payment?
What you're being sued for today. Did you pay that then?
You mean the
Are
interest?
you drunk?
No.
Do you know why you're being sued today?
Yes, I
What
know.
are you being sued for?
He is suing me for interest that accrued because
Did
he
you
gave me
pay
the wrong
it?
date. Pay the interest? No, I made payments towards it.
That's my point. So you haven't paid it, but you made payments toward it.
We had co-signed together. I felt it was his responsibility to make
How
the
did you
interest
feel
payments.
that? I thought the agreement, as you told me, was that you would pay it all. Do you remember telling me that?
I agreed to pay him the amount for the furniture.
Right, and I'm sure you agreed to pay the interest on the furniture too.
No, I did not.
Oh, he was going to pay the interest on your furniture.
Well, we
When you
assumed-
made the agreement to pay, who was going to pay it? $2,407. She cannot comprehend what I'm asking her. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor. We did have a volatile relationship. I don't deny that. But when it came to the physical pushing, shoving against the car, it was totally untrue.
Those allegations are true. He pushed me up against my car. Campus security was called, and they handcuffed him so I could go home.